Welcome and good morning, live from the Hannover Fair. It's really amazing, and as you might hear, there's already so much going on. Today we are live at the booth of Google Cloud, as you can see, where Evident is having great demos, great customer meetings, and great presentation. We already seen a lot of different impressions from the last days. Bernd Fohringer, you've been here all the days.
Right.
It's amazing, right?
It's absolutely amazing,
Right.
and also a warm welcome from the Hannover Fair to you, Fries, on your team, but also to all the audience we have. And I hope you guys already had your first mug of coffee. We haven't had, but we will definitely have it in a minute.
That's right.
So as you probably recognize, there's quite a lot of things going on here already. And my impressions, and I promised to tell a little bit about my impressions I had from the first day on the fair here, is really three things. Number one, big compliment to our own team, to you and your team, about creating something here that is really spanning the evidence story across different locations on this fair here, which was a really difficult exercise because, as you all know, we've been in the middle of launching a new brand, and we still wanted to create a story that goes from all our, let's say, content-rich solutions across different locations here. So as you probably seen on the Breakfast TV session yesterday, and you will see a little bit today as well, it goes from the connected manufacturing story, the cloud story we're showing on AWS. It goes over here to Google, where we talk about sustainability. Of course, we are on the SAP place as well to talk about our core offering, our SAP S/4HANA solutions, and in a little bit of time you will switch over here to something that is evenly important, which is our security solutions, and you will hear a little bit more about that. So that is number one. So super setup here. We made absolute the maximum and the optimum out of what was available, despite of the challenges. Number two, and you recognize it a little bit here already, there is a load of energy here on the Hannover Fair. I could recognize that yesterday. I was comparing that to the year before, and it's so much of a difference. All our partners, all our competitors, but also a lot of our clients are here on the fair. And they all invest big time into bringing their solution, their message across. So I'm so happy that also Atos, Evident, took the opportunity to be here as well, and we will make also the best out of that. So Hannover Fair is back, and we are back on Hannover Fair. Very important, very important. Number three, and that is really related to something that plays a big role in our internal exercise of creating a new company, Evident. I know, guys, we've been a bit reluctant over the last couple of weeks and months because we always thought it's more important to show an impression of stability. But I can tell you from all the discussions I had with partners yesterday, the spark is there, and everyone understands the purpose, the reason, and the value of the evidence story. How many times in a life do someone have the opportunity to create something new with a digital native, born in the cloud, that is hammering all the right stories in the digital universe, and at least the partners give us the feedback that they see a huge opportunity working with us going forward, making something new, creating something new out of that unique opportunity. And that is what I'm going to hammer in all my discussions today and tomorrow as well.
That's perfect. So you mentioned it. It's like really the spark, and I can also say it like that. It's different than last year. Different. It seemed to be more crowded, but the energy was totally different.
It is total different energy level.
Here,
Absolutely.
it's like people smiling, really talking, and enjoying talking business. And I think that's important right at the time where we start a new brand, and we start a strong brand, and the storyline is what you say, like the customers understand and the customers like
it. Makes absolute sense.
So
it makes
the
absolute
begin
sense.
of a great journey, and a lot of you are all part of this, and I think that's super important that everyone plays that little part and taking role in making that a big thing. What was is there something like a best moment you already had where you can say like, and thank you for the feedback of the organizing team made that possible?
Absolutely.
Is there something special you say like, wow, that was like a wow moment, a little one for me?
The wow moment for me was really, again, two things. Number one, and I had a very interesting discussion with an editor, with a press person yesterday, giving also the feedback that it feels like we are at the tipping point where we overcome the reluctance and the hesitance that we incurred from Corona, from the supply chain crisis. There is a momentum in the manufacturing industry that is now spanning over into doing the right investments, starting projects that have been on the radar screen for a long time but just not being executed. So the energy is there, the moment is there. That's number one. The second, and I'm kind of repeating that a little bit again, that is the discussion we're having with the partners. There is a creative energy in the room, and the fact that we are changing as a company, as an organization, is opening up new themes, new topics that we probably haven't thought too much about in the last year or in the last years. That is now coming to life, and that is something we're going to invest into, we're going to work into. So we had concrete, precise, tangible follow-up actions agreed with partners just yesterday with AWS, for example, on what exactly we are going to do with joint ideation teams, development teams going forward. And I have a lot of trust that will give us another boost.
Perfect. Thank you. I think that's really, I can feel it. What are you looking for like today? Is there something special you want to go there or tomorrow?
Just continue bringing,
Okay.
keeping the energy level, continue.
That's great.
Expand on it.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's perfect. There's so much to see. Yeah. And you mentioned already a bit like telling about the different things we offering here. Yesterday in the breakfast, we already said that we are in 4 different booths, but we are in 6 different booths with some of our great solutions. And Udo Littke mentioned that we're in the middle of something and in the middle of the most important topics. And one is security.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You mentioned that, and security is always a topic. I always tell, like, I'm the guy, oh, thank you for that USB stick. I will directly plug it into my computer. No, I learned. Yes. And we have great people. I've seen awesome things.
Wizards.
Right.
We're really wizards.
It's really it's like magic. It reminds me of the younger audience might not follow. There was a movie called Hackers, and it was typically like that. But no, they are just like super smart what they can do. And we're going to see Lucas in a little bit of time. But we also had a LinkedIn survey, and we always do that before we go on a live thing. Because we want to know like what people think and people know about different things. And one of the questions was like, do you know which OT security trend is represented at the Hannover Fair this year? And there were 4 things to mention. And I have to tell you something. We got some feedback. And all of those people that have chosen the wrong answer, please get in your bikes, get in your trains, and come here. We're going to show you. Absolutely. Because, yes, cloud adoption. We are here at the cloud booth. There's a lot of cloud, but especially it's OT intrusion detection.
Intrusion detection.
And intrusion detection is a huge topic, especially in manufacturing.
I think we've seen so many, unfortunately, negative examples in the past, which clearly shows how important that is for our clients to protect their assets. It's not just about reacting when something happens.
Yes.
The art of the possible is to be prepared and to identify attacks way before they really then hit you in the IT or in the OT environment. And then is, I think, where the secret sauce of our team is sitting, isn't it?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And the wizards can make that, and an attack can pop up quite quickly. And so I suggest, like, let's take over to the expert, which are at the other booth.
Absolutely.
And let them show us and tell us a little bit more about us.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Friso and Bernd, it's absolutely amazing what is going on at the Google Cloud Platform. So we are here at the Evident OT Security booth. And for me, it's kind of beautiful that the Hannover Fair decided to dedicate a whole area for this topic this year. So the motto is towards resilient and secure digital manufacturing. And this whole area is called OT Security Circus. And that's why we as Evident decided to hand out free popcorn to our customers to get them into the feeling of being at a real circus. And if you think about what is popcorn exactly, it's a corn. And if you heat it, at some point, it's going to explode. And why I'm telling you that? It's basically the same with cybersecurity attacks. They are going to happen, and I personally guarantee you that, but you will never know when. I'm honored to be here with Mike Curlis, one of our leading experts in OT security. Mike, what is OT security? What are we showing here? And why should everyone in manufacturing put this on their agenda?
Yes, thank you, Marco, and good morning to everyone. We're really happy to be here at Hannover Fair, speaking about our OT security portfolio. There is a full focus on our consulting services that we are able to offer to our customers, speaking about penetration testing, security assessments, We are also speaking about training. Training is a big topic, just not for the employees, also for the people that are working in the factories to learn how they can protect their companies against threats. And of course, as you all know, we are still a leader in managed security services. So there is also a big focus on speaking about bringing customers into our security operation centers, and of course into dedicated OT security operation centers.
You're absolutely right, Mike. And what we see behind us, I see here an HMI, I see a PLC,
Yes.
there are some nice lights blinking. What is it, what we're physically showing here at our
Yes,
booth?
so we wanted to create a look and feel for our customers, which is why we created this demo suit case. And yeah, we wanted to have our customers look and feel how we are protecting and preventing threats on OT environments.
So we build up and we're preventing something.
Yes.
Is there a possibility? So how can we attack that? Is it possible at Hannover Fair this year?
You want to see it?
Yeah, sure. Come
Yeah,
on.
okay. If you want to, I would just switch our demo mode on. So as you can see here, we have a factory I/O. I would just start our factory right here. So for the first moments, everything is running as it should be. So our goods are running down here, and well, right now there is this big red button. If you want to, you can push it, and we will see that the script, the hacking script, will be activated, and there might be an impact on our factory. So
Okay, let's try it. Let's start the attack.
yeah,
That looks messy for me.
yeah, you're making a big mess.
Mike, is there a possibility to clean it up in a good way?
Well, basically, what is normally happening in a factory right now is that employees will just clean this up. So basically, this is what I will do right now. But as you can imagine, after this, the problem is not solved. It's just cleaned up. Nobody knows what has actually happened. So I can restart our company here, and nobody will ever recognize that there has been an attack. And here we are. So what we built up in our demo case is the possibility to identify and react on these attacks. So we have a user interface that is coming from our appliances here that will give us an idea of what has happened to our factory, maybe even how was the breach made. And of course, we are able to react and protect our factory from having such a breach again.
So you told me, Mike, this stays a lot, that you ask customers, how many breaches did you had the last years? And do they usually respond with, yeah, we have like 50 in a week? How is it? How do customers usually react to that?
Yeah, well, you know, as we already saw in our query here, OT ID. Yes, something that they never had. Why do they say that? Because they didn't recognize it. So OT IDS, so intrusion detection systems. We want to be able to see. So numbers are rising. You all can see it in the newspapers. There is a breach every day, and yes, they also happen to the OT. And OT breaches are really rising. The question is not anymore if you will be breached. The question is when will you be breached?
When the popcorn is going to explode,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Okay, so thank you, Mike, for this quick overview. And if you're at the Hannover Fair 2023, come by at our booth, learn how you can prevent those attacks.
Yes.
And now to an even same relevant topic for our customers. Friso, what's going on in the sustainability world today?
Well, yeah, that's right. Sustainability is quite a topic. And I can tell you here, I'm at the booth at Google Cloud, and they have a green wall, which is living. So living plants, and you can even hear the birds singing. But like, what is sustainability if you don't measure it? Measurement is something that is super special. Understanding data is super special. And what you can see here in the back, that's already something which is doing the job in an awesome way. But I have to be honest, I can't tell you. This is just like going to awesome, and I'm so super happy that one of our great colleagues, Eric Lazarge, is with me. Hi, good morning, Eric. I just handed you the mic, not the microphone.
Thanks a
That's
lot.
not a security measurement.
Yeah.
Sustainability, that's a topic of your heart. We spoke yesterday a little bit about that.
exactly.
But now the Eco Design Cloud. Would you tell us a little bit more? And just like not me, here the
Yeah,
audience
for sure.
itself. That
For
would be
sure.
just like you have
So,
to come a bit closer. Right.
Good.
Yes.
Okay, good. So for security reason, we don't give USB device, but only
Yes.
chocolates.
That's good. That's
It's pretty good.
So it's more secure for security, but not for as secure
You need to
for
have a
my
choice.
for my
You need
health.
to
Okay.
choose.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So what is sustainability? So the purpose of this product also is to support the company in their green product transformation. It means that most of the regulation asks some company to communicate on the content of their product in terms of sustainability, not only CO2, but impact on the weather, on the water, on the ozone. And that's the positioning we have. And also, as a consumer, as an end user, we want to know what kind of product we consume on the market. So it's not only a regulation trend, it's also a way to address differently the market to prove the sustainability of the product. And that's only the way the issue of this product is just to solve this business need. It means that how can I prove or how can I communicate on the sustainability of my product? And the problem faced by these companies is where are my data? They are inside, but most of them are outside on my supplier and so on. And we gather all this data and we prevent the scoring on these 16 environmental components.
Well, I think that's super important because we are all needing. You mentioned consumers want to have products with, let's say, a nicer or a better carbon footprint than something else. So the consumers are aware what to look at and they demand it. Sometimes it's hard for companies, and especially having the complete supply chain from the very beginning of getting the raw materials into the finalized product and all that. So this is now possible, made possible with the...
Exactly.
Yes.
It's exactly the positioning we have. It means that this product is a SaaS software. It means that we have a position of trusted partner in the ecosystem of the supplier and the other supplier we will provide the spare price. So it means that the company will ask to its supplier to provide the data inside the software environment, and we guarantee the trust of the data. We just expose the sustainability scoring of their product, not their processes, not their riches.
Okay.
That's the purpose.
So it's a correct and trusted handover, and I think that trust has to be built initially. Normally, companies are like, "No, that's my data. I don't give it out." But I think now they see their advantage of sharing that data.
Exactly.
Being a part of a way better and a greener supply chain in a way. What do you think is one of the biggest challenges right now of a company? If I come to your booth today and say like, "Oh wow, I heard that. How can you help me? How do we start?"
First, sign the proposal.
Yeah.
Pay the invoice.
Yes.
And after we will discuss.
Well, that's a quite concrete way. Yeah.
It's a first starting point.
Exactly.
Let's say what we have discussed when a company wants to create a sustainability vision, the main problems they face is what is my starting point?
Right.
And what we have decided is to have a vertical approach based on the product, not the entire company. So thanks to this, you can start small, buy a small product inside, you know well. And by making the difference on these products, after we expand to the other product, other processes inside the company. It's not a one-size-fits-all, in fact.
Okay, perfect. So starting small,
exactly,
and
expand,
just like enlarging the database and getting a better view on all the data right away. Most important KPIs, every step in the supply chain as well, from getting things in to getting things out, and that make quite easy. I think that's an awesome offering to say.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, and really, just like also the invite, if you want to see more about the Eco Design Cloud and all the other offerings like Lucas you have seen, for example, if you want to hit the buzzer, visit us at the Hannover Fair. Exactly. You are here.
Exactly. Yes. You have the bar just in front of us, so perfect location.
That's absolutely great. So I would say thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks a lot, Rizzo.
I know you need to go and have your next customer presentation because they are already eager to learn more about that. It's quite a new topic. And we also know that right now, in a couple of minutes, the show will go on. So it's going to be super loud and super crowded. I also say,
thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you to Marco and thank you to you, Mike, for presenting that. I will come over now and hit that buzzer. I love that thing. You have to put a thing like called "Do Not Touch." Yeah. I think that's
Friso, you have to touch it.
Feel free to come
yes,
over.
Yes, I will come over right in a way. And for you, if you are not there, come get to the Hannover Fair, get your information, make an appointment here with one of the different booths in the offering. Happy to see you. And if you cannot make it this year, just make sure you come and visit us at Hannover Fair 24. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Au revoir.
Bye.
Bye.